We are live in front of the millions. Well, at least 1,000. Give me a second to make sure that we're stable and we're up and we're not going to drop in and out of signal. And I'm going to talk to you about where we are and what we're doing. Right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Just going to check in both directions that we're okay. This is a kind of bend. It's a cycle path. And even although we're very good at getting the dogs into one side, cyclists are not going to give me an awful lot of time to know they're there. So, should add, it's not specifically just a cycle path. You can maybe see up ahead there's a woman with a buggy. Charlie! No, that's Muddy. Ruby! 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 Right into the mud. Ruby! Ruby! Come on. Ah, goodness me. Goodness me. You're a disgrace. There's someone just jogging along just now. Well, peeling to the side. In on me, Stanley. Chip. Shh, quiet down. Quiet down. Good, you guys. Good, Otis. Good morning. She's got her earphones in. She's got her earphones in. Here we go. Ruby? Oh, Ruby, you are filthy. You are filthy, my dear. Right, let's spin around. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services live dog walk. If you're seeing this logo, you know it's me, Stephen Crighton. And I'd like to show behind the scenes of what I do for a living, which is looking after people's dogs in the centre of Edinburgh, which is in Scotland. And we just hit a follower milestone. An absolute brilliant night for me because I woke up this morning to 1,000 subscribers. That's good chip, isn't it? Yes. We recently did a little video which included the dogs doing a little bit of patience. It was a 20-second video or something. 2 seconds. Stanley, thank you. You think? This one? Hello. I don't know. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I've got all in the paperwork for them, but... You come. Nice chatting. Kathleen, if you're on, you can let me know if it's Thornley Hill in Ayrshire that she came from. So 1,000 subscribers. Wow. Wow. What a day. 3 years we've been trying to, no, probably 3.5 years we've been trying to get this milestone. We finally hit it. We're not going to go down these stairs, guys, but we're going to come back this way. Ruby. Ruby. Ruby is fixated today. That's because we're in a location we don't go to very regularly. And like we've spoken about a few times already, this is a kind of cycle path, commuter route. This time of the day, I don't imagine we'll see hordes of cyclists, but you never know. You never know. We'll go down to the water in a minute. I'll take you down there. We'll show you, but that's definitely out of the way of your average user of this area. So we'll take you down there, let the dogs have a little splash. I'm quite interested to see how Chip gets on at the water. So Chip is one of our newer dogs, and what day would it have been? Tuesday. We took him to a place where there was a little, no, hang on. Was it Tuesday? When was it? I can't remember. Anyway, one of the days this week, we've been in a place where there's been some water. He's been quite interested. And I thought, you know what? Let's take you here. Let's see how you cope. And we don't come here too often because, as you saw, the river, it has 3 or 4 bridges that cross over it. And unfortunately, a couple of them have been out of commission for quite a long time. Stanley, there's a black lab down there. I'll just note for the camera, Stanley not so good around black labs or bigger dogs, but we'll figure that out when we get down. And yeah, and so I'm hoping that we what was I saying? Yeah, I'm hoping that little Chip has a good love of the water. Some of the dogs, especially little ones, can be a little bit nervy about water, especially fast flowing water. We're not going that way. But yeah, sorry, I remember what I was saying now. The bridge is all being down, so it's been a bit inaccessible to do a route. We could just walk along the path that we've done and come back the same way, but it doesn't offer the same enrichment as we have here. And if you look across the river, you can see all that lovely woodland. And essentially it's inaccessible to us because these bridges have been out of commission, so it's frustrating. Now, on Friday, we've had horrible winds, and bridges that have recently been okay are now also out of commission. So it's now even more difficult. However, Stanley, you come to me. However, the point is that we're going to give it a try. We're going to see how the water is, because if worst comes to the worst, we can just go back the way we came. But I suspect we'll probably have a few minutes in the water and then see how it goes. It's actually very deep. This bit here, where Otis and Charlie have just nipped down, is usually quite shallow. Chip, this way, bud. This way. It's still quite shallow. Can you get down there, kiddo? Go on. Go on. Go on. In you go. Go on. Let's see what you're like with the water. You're not bothered about it at all now. maybe it's just a little bit inaccessible for him. That is a bit of a jump, a bit of a drop. But thankfully Ruby, who, if you were on since the beginning of the live, she went and walked in some significant mud. So she's cleaned herself off a little bit now, which is nice. We're going to keep moving. We'll keep going. Good morning. How you doing? Good Charlie. Good boy. Calm yourself, guys. Hello. Hello. Morning. Just mind your feet on our leads. Yeah. Come on, Charlie. Good Stanley. Good boy, bud. Yeah, I know you've kind of been deprived of that water a little bit, but there's plenty more. There's one thing we don't have a shortage of, is water. I don't think any of us will go in there, guys. Thank you. I don't know if you can still hear me, but Chip, come this side, sweetie. Come this side. I know. There you go. That water is so loud. There we go. Now, come on, sweetie. Now, interestingly, some dogs are not that keen on bridges like this. We've managed. Nell, come on, you were almost over. Further to go back, you donut. Good girl. Good puppy. There you go, it's all done. All that noise is away. We can go down here. Chip. Charlie, Stanley. Chip. This way. This is a bit more accessible. Good puppies. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Go on, shush. Well, there we go. There we go. Not quite the water baby I thought you were going to be, buddy. But it's a bit cold today. Maybe you're just not feeling it. Maybe you're just not feeling it. I could honestly sit here for hours and hours and just watch the dogs splashing in and out the water. Listen to them bark at me. Good morning, Melanie. How are you? We're down by the river today. Ruby, you see her? Hello, sweetie. I think I'm going to show you some cool artwork. Charlie. If it's still here, it might have, because this is one of the bridges they've rebuilt. They've rebuilt some of the stone. Can you see the kingfisher on the wall? It's quite a phenomenal bit of art. It's some of it's gone now, but very pretty. Very, very talented people in this world. Ah, Chip, so you're going to go that side, that's fine. And Ruby's going to go that side, and Otis is going to go there. Can we all get over? There we go, I think we're up. Chip, good boy. That wasn't straightforward. These long lines are great until you need two of them together, and then it's Spaghetti Junction. Spaghetti Junction. So, a little bit of history. This, I don't know what you would call this, gully, slipstream, don't know. Whatever it is, this that is not part of the water, that comes, it's diverted off from the weir. That's the thing that's making all the noise, the waterfall kind of thing. In Scotland we call that a weir. I don't know if it's called something else elsewhere. But this water would be used, and it goes through this old house that's up ahead. 2 seconds, guys, in you come. Charlie, Stanley, in you come. Good pups. Good morning, how are you? Good, you guys. So we'll go back to that. Now that the dogs can roam freely without, I don't like people with these sticks because they click on the ground when they're being used and the dogs can get a bit spooked by them. Anyway, so this water was used for the old mill. And the mill has been here for a couple of 100 years, I think. And so this waterway is quite old. Very clever. The mill's no longer in use. It's like they've converted into a cottage, and it's still called the old mill house or something like that. But it's a fairly historical little spot right in the centre of the city that you'd otherwise potentially miss. 2 seconds while I get Ruby's poo. Guys, just wait. Just wait. Sorry guys, duty calls. There we go, got it. Got in one. So yeah, so this is where this fence is here, is the boundary of the old mill house premises. And the water goes underneath this little bridge and into their garden, and then would be the wheel that would spin, that would pulp up whatever it was. I don't know if it was a paper mill or a flour mill or what, I'm not actually sure. But there we go. There's like half a story. If you're here for half a story, you got exactly that. Exactly that. And it makes for some nice terrain for the pups. There we go. We're enjoying this. It's a phenomenal little part of the world for wildlife as well. Got to keep our eyes peeled for deer, badgers, foxes. Most of these things will be well hidden this time of the day. If we were here first thing in the morning, it changes that. Need to be on high alert, keep your wits about you. There's Otis going about his business as well. Good boy, buddy. I'm coming for it. Good boy. Good boy, I see you. Few seconds. Well, I'm going to put the camera down facing up the hill or up at me. I managed to close and reopen. Are you still there? Someone in the comments let me know that it's still working, please. It seems to be looking normal, but we've lost like 50 viewers, so that was a shame. We built up quite well and everyone just disappeared. Never mind. You come and Stan. Oh, that's the first time I've called you Stan, when actually your name's Stanley. Here's the old mill house. This way, Charlie, Stanley. Good boy. Good boys. These guys have suffered some damage in the storm, that's a shame. Keep coming, buddy. Good boys. Good, you guys. Good. Right, we're building back up again. Sorry, I must have like closed the app when I put the phone down to pick up Otis's business. So apologies, guys. Thank you for letting me know that I'm back. Kathleen, I see you're on. Someone asked me on the live at the beginning, in case you missed it. She was like, "Oh, your dog's like my dog. Is it a breeder in Ayrshire?" I forget what she said. You might need to go back and have a look at the beginning. So, but if it's not a breeder in Ayrshire, you can just say it's not. So, well, this is the bridge that I was talking about. The winds on Friday, you can see pretty spectacularly that this big old tree has suffered a fairly significant injury, which has injured the bridge. And I mean, it's pretty catastrophically gone through the bridge. I can't really show you properly from where I am, but if I was where Ruby is, the main thing has the main trunk of it. That's not the bit that we can see here. There's a main bit that goes under there, and kind of where Chip is has really demolished part of this structure in a pretty bad way. So we'll not be going that way anytime soon. Right, you lot, which way are we going, Chip? Come this way, buddy. Good boy. You're a good boy. This way. We're gonna have to get our foot down because now we're up against it time-wise. Never mind. I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, so I started off the live stream talking about my subscribers. We've hit 1,000. It's amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who's done so. Proper milestone in terms of YouTube content creators. If anyone is out there watching that does make videos, you'll know how hard it is to grow your channel on YouTube, and hitting 1,000 it has been so much fun. 800 odd videos getting to this stage, a lot of them being live or short ones, and fun ones and training ones and long ones and goodness knows what, but we've hit 1,000 or over 1,000, and we're loving the life. We're loving the little community, and yeah, onwards to the next milestone. I had aimed for it before Christmas, but I've been really sloppy with it. I've just been letting it sort of grow a bit organically and see how it sort of is unraveling, and then I've done a couple of things this week that have really ramped it up. So we'll maybe keep that going, but it's great. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. It's lovely to walk along with my dogs with you guys, show you the fun and the games and the hazards and the issues. Come on, Nell, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Nell's not so good with the bridges. I know. Keep going, sweetie, keep going. I don't want to put my foot up your bum. Good girl. Here we go. See, we're off. We're off. So yeah, so we go live every day around about the same time. If it's something that you'd like to see us again, don't leave it to chance with the algorithm. Drop us a little follow. If tomorrow you don't like it, or the content isn't quite living up to what I'm building it up to be, then you can just drop off. Oh, Ruby, that's spectacular. Right, hang on. How are we going to do this? There we go. That's the first part. Chip, you can stay with me. Oh. Come on, be good to us today. Yes, yes. That was that little outburst of yes genuinely made me so happy when the two leads came untangled. To be honest, I don't think Chip needs to be on this long line anymore. We need, next time he's out with us, it's not next week, it's the week after. We're properly going to put some focus into this. I think the rest of the pack are in a good place. I don't think we need to worry too much about anything else that's going on. So it's really just focus on Chip in a fortnight's time. So if you're watching this, next time you see the little guy on the orange lead, little Chipolata, you guys remind me, he doesn't need to be on this, and we should be working together to try and get him free. A bit more freedom. But I've started now, so we'll keep going. Good, you guys? Good. Yeah, we're kind of getting into deeper and deeper woodland and further away from a bridge that can take me back to the van. So that's a potential thing to think about for me in the next 5 minutes, but I can always wade through the river, get a little bit wet. It's not the end of the world. We'll go this way. Good puppies. Good Charlie. Here's my little hunter with lots of freedom today. Freedom she kind of created for herself by making it as awkward as possible for me to follow her around with, attached to the, well, whatever colour the one on the left is, whatever that is. Green? I'm going to say green. Don't think it's green. Don't know what it is. Stanley, you come and see me, buddy. Stanley, what have I got for you? Well, you've become a wee bit unsure again, bud. Yeah, no. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Yeah, a bit of fear's taking over, kiddo. So Stanley, I'll try and show you on the side of him. You see the little patch, his little bald patch here? That's stress, I think, kid. It could be itchiness, it could be allergies. We're going to try on some Piriton. And if you don't scratch, then it's allergies. And if you do still scratch, then it's a little bit of stress, kid. And I wonder if it's a bit of stress. I think it's a little bit. You're just not sure how this whole experience is working for you, is it? But we'll get there, bud. Hey, you're already part of the team, so we don't let anyone down. I know. We'll make it right, kid. We'll make it right. See, everybody wants to be your friend, buddy. Everybody. Hey Otis. I know. Good you guys. So yeah. Kathleen, I realised that you meant yellow just because you missed the W. Yellow. Oh, so it's yellow. Is it? Okay. Cool. Come on, bud. You're good when you're walking with the team. And you'll have a little roll in the grass. And there's lots of things Stanley's doing to expel a little bit of stress. So, sniffing, peeing, exploring, thinking. That can also add to the stress a little bit as well, but just being in the community of the other dogs can also help, but it can also add. So we just need to get to a point maybe where it's not as intense for him to be around the other dogs, and he's constantly having to think. From a dog that's been very used to being on his own and quite used to being kept away from certain types of dog, now he's got the chance to do anything he wants, and I mean anything, and that can be overwhelming. Maybe we just need to find a coping strategy, dial it back a bit. Maybe he goes on the lead for a little bit of the walk, or we find him a way to express himself, like chasing a ball, like finding him someone to have a bit of rough and tumble with. That's a good way to deal with these things. And time is a good healer as well. So it's just a bit new. It's like first day of school, except everyone else has been at school for a couple of years and you've just joined from another school. Stanley, 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 up. Yeah. Okay. Right, well, thank you to everybody who has tuned in to us today. It's been a lovely uptake. We're very pleased at hitting that milestone, and thank you for being part of that if you are. There's no need to subscribe if you're just here for a little nose, but if you're interested in what we're doing and you want to see how the rest of the gang progress over the days, weeks and months of this year, and how I cope with Ruby tangling us up at every opportunity, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're live every weekday at the same time, and we also do other bits and pieces on the channel as and when the opportunity arises for me to make some things. So lovely to see you all. Thank you for being so kind to me. We're going to sign off just now. For me and the gang, I'm away to find my best way home, and that might be easier said than done. Right, all the best. Take care. Bye bye.